Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Caffeinated Librarians. This assertion of dominance is to show Simona that she has lost her hosting privileges because she decided to take a vacation. We were also reprimanded the last time we were together, not by Simona, but the last time the group was together, by Ben saying that we never talk about coffee at all. So I am drinking 8 o'clock coffee, the Colombian mixture, flavor, blend, yes. I ground it myself with my knife, bean by bean, and brewed it. Simona, I see you have a beverage also. What are you drinking?
I'm still recovering from that intro that you just gave.
Obviously, you're still the host.
How dare you assume I've lost my privileges? We are going to put that straight. I've lost nothing.
You missed out a lot.
There's been a coup.
Yeah. In fact, I would say the last 2 episodes that we recorded were dominated by other
Lou,
people.
Ben, and Joe.
Yeah.
Amanda's gone now.
Yeah.
Don't ask where she went.
You left me all alone.
Yeah.
You left me all alone with the 3 of them.
Yeah. Amanda was here for one of them, but even she was silenced.
And I wonder why.
Because we spoke more.
No,
Was
because...
that not clear? So, deck the halls with boughs of holly.
You didn't even let me say what I was drinking.
Simona, what are you drinking?
Water.
Oh. Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Sparkling water. Really good sparkling water.
It is holiday season. It is cold out. It is brick, as the kids in the 2000s would say.
When was that? Was that like a Y2K?
I don't know. When was that? Must have been because you're my age.
I know.
We went through the same.
I don't recall anyone.
Probably high school. So
I was a teen of the 2000s. I did not
2008.
hear that at all.
You never heard that it's brick out?
No.
I've never heard
You
that.
never heard somebody say it's brick out?
No.
I definitely heard it before. I can't access when or where, but
You're gonna...
vaguely aware. It's gonna come up on Urban Dictionary. I know it. Like...
Never mind. I'm not going to call anybody about it.
No, phone in a lifeline.
Phone a friend. Phone a friend. Ask if, was brick actually a thing.
I mean, it is a thing. I'll text them.
I don't remember ever hearing it used in a sentence.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm sorry.
I'm appalled.
You know what was never used? The dad in A Christmas Story curses. No one was ever saying, "Raga fly, raga."
Well, also, I mean, if you're listening from a child's perspective, as is the entire movie is from Ralphie's perspective, you don't actually hear it. Well, you hear the cursing, but you formulate it into just that rambling.
Really?
Yes.
So,
No.
because it's
Depends
the
on the
holiday
kid.
season, we're discussing a holiday classic called A Christmas Story in anticipation for the anticipated sequel. A Christmas Story Christmas?
Starring everyone's favorite, Peter Billingsley.
So, Katie, I believe you were the one that started this journey, this voyage
This excursion.
of A Christmas Story.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about it and a little bit about your hopes and your dreams.
How about I just talk about the movie?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, okay, so A Christmas Story is about a boy named Ralphie, in I think is what's being depicted like the 1920s, 1930s, and he wants a Red Ryder BB gun.
Wait. A Christmas Story takes place in the 20s?
I said late 20s, early 30s. It's
It's
back, yeah.
It looks like late 30s, early 40s. It's depressing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
he's listening to Little Orphan Annie on the radio.
And that's why there's the radio.
I
no
honestly,
TV.
I'm not even trying to be a jackass. Like,
No.
I legitimately had no idea.
Lou,
Yeah.
I can understand that because now it's become this was made in the '80s, being nostalgic for that time,
Yeah.
and now it's become like an object of '80s nostalgia. So like,
Wow.
I understand why
I guess
were like,
it's time
huh.
to step down from that hosting privilege.
Nah. No, that doesn't do it. That doesn't
No, your lack of preparedness does not do
we
it.
let Amanda get away with not knowing the twist in Fight Club, okay?
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
We did let her slide on that one.
Yeah. Didn't
You
Amanda
didn't let
also
her
not
slide.
know that the...
You gave her a lot of side eye. You didn't let her slide.
Didn't she not know something with the drop, too? She didn't know that...
No,
No,
I think it lost. She
was
didn't
lost.
catch with Kate being the prisoner.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bad.
no, that was...
Amanda.
No, I'll own up to it. I didn't catch it.
To Kate being the killer? The killer.
I was stupid. When I looked it up on Wikipedia immediately after, I was like, oh, duh. But I was just stupid. I was like...
I think you're trying to give Amanda an out.
So, and Ralphie wants a Red Ryder BB gun. But of course, he knows that his mom isn't going to let him get a Red Ryder BB gun. And
Why not?
Because you'll shoot your eye out.
There it is.
Even the teacher, when he writes his theme on what he wants for Christmas, and he says he wants a Red Ryder BB gun, gives him a C+ and writes, "You'll shoot your eye out." Even Santa Claus, when he asks Santa Claus for a Red Ryder BB gun, he says he'll shoot your eye out.
Kicks him in the face.
I think he just taps him. It's still a kick to the face.
No, he drop kicks him.
That's the version I remember.
Not that extreme. Don't listen to Joe. But it's like the classic tale of a family that's dysfunctional in like the best possible way, and I've seen it since I was a small kid. It's the thing that I watch every year on Christmas, and I love it.
Yeah. One of the things I really do like about it is obviously he's like, remembering this Christmas and he's telling you about it. And I really like the kind of like the family lore that he's telling this story with, and
Especially with the lamp leg.
with that exactly, which is what I was thinking about is, and I feel like every family has that. They like have that one thing that like is always brought up every year about something, and they're like, and stories get distorted and stuff like that, and but the fragile lamp that breaks is definitely a cool and funny moment of that.
Was that
movie.
actually a thing? Were those kind of lamps at that time?
I don't think so. I think it was.
There are definitely novelty lamps in the 30s.
You think that was an actual thing?
Can we look it up?
Maybe not that, but maybe not a woman's leg, but there were other novelties.
They were wild back then. No, come on.
Scandalous with that lamp.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
a
that's
very tacky lamp.
Yeah, very, right? Yeah, like...
Yeah, but the dad is so happy that he actually won something. It doesn't matter what it is.
Fragile. Oh, it must be Italian.
Honey, that says fragile.
My mom... So, I'm big on symmetry. I like if there's a couch in the middle, the two, not nightstands, but end tables need to be the same. The lamps on the end tables need to be the same. My mother's house is like a I don't know, like a circus or something like that. I mean, like one end table's like one thing, another end table's another thing. She's got two different lamps. I'm just like...
Guess who's not being invited over for Christmas?
And that's the vibe I get when I look at that lamp. My mom had this very this clown-like looking lamp. I mean, it wasn't a clown, but it was just this huge lamp, and it was my grandmother's, so it was sentimental to her. But it's like, I'm like, Ma, like look at it, like it looks like a clown. Like it's very colorful, and it's like doesn't go with anything in her house. Like, so that's what that lamp makes me think of. Like,
Does she have it in the front window?
No, it's on an end table, which it doesn't it's too big for an end table.
Yeah.
And I feel like if my mother had gotten that leg lamp, she would have put that up too. Yeah. She has a Walking Dead lamp.
What?
With a hand. There's a hand. It's
All
it's in the box. I'll take a picture. It's in the box. She's never taken it out, but she won't get rid of it because I gave it to her when like back in the day, which I got secondhand from someone.
Oh, so you re-gifted?
I re-gifted. Yeah.
Oh.
Even more reason. Don't invite him for Christmas dinner. Don't cook for him. He just legit criticized your home. Shame on you.
She's since taken the lamp down and has put matching lamps.
I mean,
but
he
I
did
understand
grow
what you
up in
mean.
that house too, so I would think if anyone had the right to criticize where he grew up, it's him.
No.
Damn straight.
No, you don't. No, that's not how it works. No, you don't get to criticize your mom and her decoration choices. No.
Oh, I still do it today though. To her. Yeah.
Terrible. But I know what you mean.
Well, he's upfront with it.
Yeah.
He's not.
Very honest person.
I'm sure. But I understand what you mean, though. I about the whole symmetry thing. It kind of drives me nuts when everything is mismatched. But, like, it's only been recently where my family and I have been able to get the kind of furniture that we actually want. So, like, there's an antiques place near where we live, and they have some very beautiful old furniture. So my mom and dad, little by little, like, bought this furniture, and it really transformed the living room. It looks a lot better than it was because just like the change in furniture. But I understand what you mean. I'm the same way. I like things to be in a certain way as much as possible, and when I can't get it that way, it does drive me a little crazy. Yeah. But sometimes it just doesn't work out. You kind of, especially if you're of a limited income, you kind of buy whatever you can buy, so it's...
That should not be how it is. You should just wait for what you want, in my opinion.
But the lamp does break.
It does break.
In spectacular fashion.
Much to the mom's joy.
Was it done intentionally?
That's the controversy. That's the family controversy. I would like to think. I think that she probably did break it on purpose.
I can't imagine
she hated that lamp since the moment it was brought into her house.
And also, like, weren't people staring at it when they saw the father, like, putting it up?
Yes.
I don't think she would do it.
You don't think she would do it? I think she would do it.
Did it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she did it on purpose.
So they got divorced later on, right? Like, there's just no way that they stayed together, right?
No, they stayed together.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think the shattering of a lamp, the questionable shattering of a lamp, let's just put it that way, would be
not
enough
even because
to end
of just the lamp, but just it wasn't the cleanest of marriages.
Well, I think that speaks to the time, though, too, because even if
I didn't get that when I watched the film, that there was, like, necessarily a lack of respect. It's probably kind of like normal couples. I mean...
I just got the vibe they didn't really like each other that much.
I don't think so.
No?
No. And also, with the holidays, there's a ton of stress that comes with the holidays anyway.
True.
And I think also they are kind of financially limited.
And their
so, like,
kid
they're
wants a
talking
gun.
about buying the turkey.
a BB gun.
That's true.
A BB gun. He's not asking for a hunting rifle. It's like...
Well, that would have been a different movie, huh?
Yeah.
What's this?
Mom, Dad, let me get an AK-47.
You know what I found out? You know who was originally considered to play the dad?
What?
Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
really?
I think that would have been awesome.
Wow.
I think that would have changed the tone of this movie.
Different vibe, for sure.
Yeah, just because then it becomes about a psychopath and his family. Like,
Oh, my God.
Do we know
I
the
could
name?
definitely see him getting way too into the lamp.
Do we know the name of the actor who did play the dad?
Yes.
Because I can never remember his name, and I love him.
Darren
in that.
McGavin.
He's great in that role. Like, I love him.
You know, he played another famous dad. Billy Madison's dad.
He
Did
did,
he
didn't he?
really?
Yeah. That's right.
He's also Kolchak the Night Stalker.
Oh.
But, I mean, one of my favorite scenes between the mom and the dad is when the leg lamp breaks and he accuses her of being jealous. Jealous because he won a lamp, and she calls it ridiculous. And then he says, get the glue. And she says, we're out of glue. And then he accuses her of using the glue on purpose. You used up all the glue on purpose.
So, this is based on Gene Shepard's writings, right?
Yeah.
Now, I always hear him referred to as a humorist. What do you have to do to get that title? What separates the humorist from the author? You know?
I think a humorist does. When I think humorist, for some reason, and I don't know that it's this guy. Was his name Gene
Shepard.
Gene Shepard. I think of a newspaper person that does.
The political cartoons.
Yeah, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
Nah, he didn't do nothing political. He just
No.
did
And he's
like
not a stand-up
folksy
comic.
storytelling on the radio
yeah.
and in books.
Interesting.
Well,
So, but like, yeah, humorist just like is not a position in our society anymore.
No.
Like,
No.
No, I think that's like from a long forgotten time.
well, this is Wikipedia, so whatever.
Take it with a grain
take it
of
as
salt.
You will. So basically, a humorist is an intellectual who uses humor or wit in writing or public speaking, but is not an artist who seeks only to elicit laughs. Humorists are distinct from comedians who are show business entertainers whose business is to make an audience laugh. Well, I don't know. That just left me kind of a bit more confused. But anyway, I guess that's the
Oh.
distinction.
I also love it when Schwartz triple dog dares their friend Flit to stick his tongue to a pole outside, and it actually sticks.
What an idiot, right?
But it's the dare. You have to follow through with the dare, especially if somebody triple dog dares you.
Okay, wait. The Wikipedia page for humorist has maybe the most bizarre selection of categories I've ever seen. So it starts off and it's like American, Britain, and Ireland. I want you to guess what the third one is. You might
France?
be thinking Asia, France, I don't know. You might be thinking continents, countries. No, women.
Well, after women, it's other countries, so they did get it.
Other countries.
Are the women a country? No, Fran Lebowitz is American.
I don't know. Didn't you say have you edited Wikipedia articles?
One of my friends is an editor.
Have
Not me.
that him or her
I'm
edit
just
that.
baffled.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Oh well, you know.
It's like for a while there was a great section on the page for Pocahontas, the Disney movie, just called fallacies, and it was someone really mad that like she dived from too great a height. It ruled.
Oh, was that the only fallacy that they mentioned?
That was the only one I remember.
Oh.
Is
okay.
Pocahontas not historically accurate?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought you loved that movie.
I do. And I understand that it's historically inaccurate. It's a Disney movie, an animated Disney movie.
That should be our next series, like
Pocahontas?
animated Disney movies that are not historical.
I think you're doing
a
all
lot
of them at that point.
We could choose our favorites and just dissect.
Yeah,
how-
you could talk about Hercules.
Hercules. That's a good one. That's a good one. We can finally get Simona to watch it.
Well, she has seen it. She's just ambivalent towards it.
Yeah, she just doesn't understand it, I think. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So,
How do we feel about the 24-hour marathons of this?
too much.
Yeah, that's
Too
my
much.
take on
Yeah.
it.
See, now,
I'm cool
I don't...
with you showing it. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe because I grew up watching it and I love it around. It's very nostalgia for me, especially on Christmas Day to watch it. So I don't mind the marathon. I think my mom has a different opinion on that. But I don't mind it, and I don't let it run. I'll watch it at least once.
My whole thing is it's just lazy programming. Like there are hundreds of holiday movies. Let me tell you, hundreds. I order the DVDs for this organization.
Yeah, but like, you know, the thing is they're not going to show like Mar Vista entertainment films. You know, they're not showing Christmas on the Ranch or whatever. Like,
So they're basing. I'm assuming, as TV usually works, they're airing what they believe will get the most views. Am I correct? Like,
Probably, but
And
like,
it could also be
is
the
any-
rights as well, like
Oh,
who's,
definitely.
how much
That has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
how much
I
the
think at this
rights
point
are.
it's sort of just tradition too. They've been
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it for 20
Yeah.
years or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, is anybody sitting there actually watching it multiple times?
Let's go, Christmas Story number 5.
Right? Like I'll probably I'll have it on, and it'll be on for 2 hours, and then I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna change it to something else.
It could be maybe for those people who maybe wake up later on Christmas Day, so they still
Yeah.
have a chance to
And
watch it.
it's a very like vignette-driven movie, so I guess it's just easy to have on in the background while
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah,
doing stuff
I mean,
with your
you
family.
can have it on in the background, and you
Yeah.
can like look at the TV and like, oh, this is a funny scene. Let's stop and watch
That's
it,
true.
and then
Yeah.
and then go back to doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
That's true. It's not like as engaging as like a Muppet Christmas Carol, where you have to watch
Right.
every little thing because everything's so significant.
Yeah.
Like when Rizzo the Rat,
You mean-
does whatever he
I
does.
love that
you know.
movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen
Falls
that
down
movie.
the
Oh,
falls
you'll-
down
you'll
the
love it.
chimney and
It
lands
is
on
so
the goose.
good. It has this amazing bit where Gonzo is Charles Dickens, so he's telling you the story,
Yeah.
and Rizzo's just there riffing with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the part where they go back in time to look at Scrooge in his classroom,
Yeah.
and
Sam the Eagle.
Sam the Eagle, yeah, he's like, you must become a businessman and go to school. That is the American way. And then Gonzo like whispers in his ear. He's like, and he's like, oh, that is the British way.
Because he's Sam the Eagle.
It's just.
It's a
classic.
surprisingly faithful adaptation too
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Although,
So-
how do we feel about the singing aspect of Michael Caine and?
I love
it's
it.
adorable.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
every minute of it. That's
Okay.
great stuff.
He's not the greatest singer, but I think that adds to Scrooge. Like
Yeah.
it's sort of like, yeah,
I
of
mean, I
course
expect
Scrooge
them-
doesn't sing.
Yeah, I mean, like I expect the Muppets to sing, because it's the Muppets, but I don't know. That's.
It's a fire soundtrack. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Tis the season to be
They
jolly
always
and
Muppet movies
joyous.
always came through with soundtracks.
Yeah.
The first one has a killer one. Paul Williams, one of the best.
Yeah.
I do love that soundtrack.
But yeah, I don't know. Christmas Story was never one of my favorites.
No.
No, I don't know. It's a pleasant enough time, but
Yeah.
just
I mean, I can understand that. Did you grow up at all watching it?
yeah. I don't know. It just never
Never
hit.
appealed to
yeah.
you?
I was
It's
like,
alright.
that's pretty good. Though the director of it, I'm finding out, also directed Black Christmas, which is
Wow.
one of the first slasher movies.
That is a jump from A Christmas Story there.
Yeah.
You wanted to show range.
Yeah.
He also directed Porky's. What the hell?
Wow.
How does a dude get into directing A Christmas Story?
No, who knows?
So Ralphie has his AK-47.
it's a BB gun. It's a Red Ryder BB gun. Don't listen to Lewis.
Was there any gift that you guys were like growing up that you were like, I really want this gift?
No, not really. I mean, my parents being divorced, I kind of like got 2 Christmases.
Nice.
So I don't know if that experience of waiting for Christmas morning wanting something was kind of like played out for me just a little bit at a young age, because after a while my mom would just celebrate Christmas with me a week early, and then I'd celebrate Christmas with my dad. And it's just
Is that
like,
still what you do?
for the most part. I mean, nowadays I'll split it. I'll do Christmas Eve with my dad and Christmas Day with my mom. But this year I'm going down to Long Island to see my grandma for Christmas Eve.
What I remember, especially when I was younger, and I don't know if I'm assuming Disney still has the Disney toy catalog, but I remember my parents would have each of us like choose one thing that we wanted. So like I still remember having the Aladdin figurines. I had Genie, I had Aladdin, his magic carpet. Like it was like these Disney figurines that would come out, and that would be something I would look forward to, so I could choose what I wanted, and I knew I could, get that. But I think as I got older, especially since I was able to buy I'm able to buy my own gifts now. It's more exciting. Like like one thing I'm really looking forward to is they're coming out with the 5th Harry Potter illustrated edition book. So like my dad has bought me the other ones for Christmas since he knows I love Harry Potter, and they're beautifully illustrated. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So when it comes out, I want to get myself the illustrated Harry Potter book. So I think as I was able to buy my own gifts or buy gifts for people, like choosing things that I think they would like, it kind of becomes a bit more exciting
Yeah.
versus, being
I feel like nowadays we put so much pressure on ourselves to try and find something like
Yeah.
perfect,
Yeah.
especially for like adults.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what to get people, like
Yeah.
older people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like my niece and nephew, like I could get them anything, and they flip out every time they open a gift. It is
Yeah.
the coolest thing.
Oh, that's nice.
I think
Yeah.
that's what's really great about A Christmas Story, though, too, because yes, it's about a boy who wants a BB gun and is being told left, right, and center that you'll shoot your eye out and there's no way you're going to get this present. And then spoiler alert, he does get it at the end of the movie. And
Mom and Dad were listening the whole time while they were fighting.
Which I think is a
Dad.
nice moment in the movie.
But it shows the excitement and elation and gratitude of a kid getting something that they want on Christmas, which I
Yeah.
think is just something that really draws me to the movie.
No, and that's a nice scene too, because the father and mother, like, that's why I was going back to there is genuine affection, because if I'm recalling that scene, because I first watched this movie with Katie. I came over her house and we watched it together. So that's
Yes.
the memory around this movie.
Yes.
So, but I remember that scene being nice because the father and mom are on the same page and they're
Well,
both equally excited to some
The
extent.
father is more excited for Ralphie getting the BB gun, and the mom is a little more apprehensive about it, and then she kind of gives in.
Yeah.
As mothers are.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because the father got his son the BB gun
Yeah.
because he had a BB gun when growing up as
Yeah.
a kid. So I mean, it's more excitement on his part than on the mom's part.
And it's also like going back to like gratitude around Christmas. How Lucy, you said how your nephews and nieces are grateful no matter what you get them to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
I-
thinking back to my own parents, because my parents grew up poor. Their parents couldn't afford to get them a lot of things. They were very limited with what they could get. But when they did receive new things, like a new coat or a new pair of shoes, they were extremely grateful for those gifts. So I think it is, because I agree with what you said, Lou, about how it becomes stressful because you want to get the perfect gift.
Yeah.
And I
Or
think
just
it's-
at least something that you
Yeah.
think someone will appreciate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
in terms of like gift giving, I also try to figure out what would be appreciated by the other person, but I think it is nice when the other person is grateful for whatever you've given them, versus the feeling where like, oh my God, like you've disappointed me like greatly with this gift. Like,
Yeah.
I think that would bother me a lot if I put a lot of thought into something and the person just flat out rejects it or just dislikes it completely.
Yeah.
Because I was just gonna get Penn State shirts for everyone.
You could do that. I feel like I'd be falsely repping something, but you can definitely get Penn State shirts.
Wait. Sorry, I'm reading about the sequel they're making. Christmas Story Christmas.
Which I will not be watching.
It's written by Nick Schenk, who wrote Gran Torino, The Mule, The Judge, and Cry Macho.
Wow. That's an interesting filmography there.
Yeah, he's Clint's guy,
Yeah.
but like, what? How'd he end up here?
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted
Now
to do
I'm
something
curious.
a little lighthearted.
But will it be lighthearted?
Okay, the
Let's find
Mule
out.
and Cry Macho are pretty funny movies.
You thought The Mule was funny? I was dreadfully bored during The
When
Mule.
Clint's like eating ice cream while driving, are you kidding me? When Clint has like at like age 88,
I don't
it's
remember
pretty
that.
funny. It's a pretty funny movie.
I don't remember that. I just remember being like, wow, nothing's happening in this movie. He's literally driving.
But you see in Cry Macho, Clint has aged more gracefully, and now he denies sex in
Yeah.
that movie. So like we see his evolution.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Cry Macho, genuinely really good.
Did he direct that too?
Yes. Yeah, there's a great scene where he has to hide from the police, and he just like slowly shuffles behind some boxes.
He's an old man.
Tough time crouching down.
Yeah, But like, it's just really charming, and like, I don't know, the kid in it's good, and they have a good back and forth. He just spends most of it like curing animals in a Mexican town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, all that macho stuff, kid. It's raw. It's not real. It's all about kindness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh okay, Clint. You've evolved. Because that is like the opposite of Gran Torino.
Yeah. The like 180 reversal.
Yeah. So best gift you guys ever got?
I was really hyped about getting a Wii one
Nice.
year. Yeah. I always get hyped for the Hess trucks. Those were
The
cool.
Hess trucks were great.
Yeah.
I loved those. The ones with the helicopter. I loved the one with the helicopter. That's what my one grandmother used to get me
I
every
had
year.
one where it was like a tractor trailer type thing, but like a motorcycle came out the back.
badass.
Yeah.
I remember those.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they're running out of designs though, because like
Yeah.
I see some
Now
of the
they're
new
just like-
ones, and I'm like, you're like making stuff up.
Yeah.
These aren't trucks.
I think they already did like a spaceship.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And it's like you can't blame them. They've been doing it for how long?
Yeah.
Like,
So, one year, probably 2 years before Christmas, my mom was on Facebook and she showed me an advertisement for a Torturo duvet cover.
ooh,
And she's like, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Yes, I want it." And she's like, "Well, it's too expensive, maybe not." And I
wow,
was like,
Mom.
okay. So I like forgot about it, like really like just forgot about it because there was nowhere near Christmas at all. And Christmas morning, I'm opening gifts with my mom, and I opened it, and she got it for me.
Aww.
And it actually made me cry
Aw.
because yeah.
Have I seen that?
Yes,
today?
you have. Yep. You complimented it.
Okay, so I've seen it then.
Yes, you have. You said you wanted it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said.
It's too expensive.
I actually saw. It's one of those Pokemon. I don't know. It's like Snorlax or whatever.
Snorlax.
Yeah. And it's a gigantic bed Snorlax.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my god. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever buy that, but like you see the woman in the commercial like just jumping on it. And it's like, oh, that looks so comfortable. Oh my god. But I don't know what's. I think like even though I knew I was getting them, the Harry Potter books, like when my dad, I think he bought me the first two, like going through them, I think that made me very happy when he bought me those, because they are expensive, so I wasn't expecting him to get it, but when he did, I was very happy about that. So I think those.
Nice. I'd say every year for about the first 8 years of my life, I got a teddy bear.
Oh, do you still have any?
I think I have like the first one.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the most important.
Not I think. I know I still have the first one, but it's like, safe somewhere because it's like head and neck is like ripped and his head's falling off.
Aww.
But yeah, I used to get teddy bears every year, and I was all about that. I would sit them all down. We'd watch movies and stuff like that. We'd watch Yankee games and stuff. Yeah, oh yeah.
I remember my first teddy bear.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
named
yeah?
him Cinnamon.
Oh yeah. I was very unimaginative as a kid. My first bear was Teddy. I named another one Big Bear, another one Brown Bear. Very unimaginative as a child.
I still have my teddy, like my very first. I think he's my first teddy bear. But the nose is all like rubbed out. So now it's just a pink nose, not a black nose anymore. And his head's a little loose, and it has a music box in the back, so I can twist it and have it play music.
Oh.
But I didn't name any of my teddy bears, so he doesn't have a name.
I had a Rudolph that had a button on his chest that you could push and then it would sing the song. Gotta tell you, I slept with that thing one night, rolled over. That thing started singing. I had a heart attack as like a 7-year-old. I still remember how horrified I was. That thing never slept in the bed with me again.
I could. Not that I was stalking your Instagram, but when I saw that you accepted my request, I saw the picture of you and your sister. Can I just say the two of you are adorable?
I was an adorable child.
You both were. But I could picture you being that dramatic.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Did you throw it across the room too?
No, I moved it. I think I probably said F this. and then placed it nicely across the room.
I
because-
doubt young Lewis. But that happened. That's why I hate toys that talk. We should have
Yeah.
a whole episode
The
on
Furbies?
toys.
Oh my god.
No. These are like one time because my niece, when she was younger, had a lot of those electronic ones where everyone has to talk or say something to you. Can't just have like a quiet toy. So I was walking and I stepped on it. It was like, hi, and it was like pitch black up there. I was like, damn it, I didn't kick it. But I really wanted to. I was like,
Oh,
ugh.
I bet you kicked it.
I was like, oh my god. So I was like,
Furbies
get away.
deserve to be kicked.
I couldn't afford a Furby.
You don't want
I
a
love the
Furby.
design of Furbies.
You don't
Yeah.
They
want
just
a
should have had
Furby.
an off switch. Yeah, I think the design's awesome. Are you kidding
I
me?
always
It's
thought
kind
they
of
were
like
freaky
they remind me
looking.
of Gremlins.
Yeah,
They do,
they actually
yeah.
made one that was Gizmo from Gremlins.
Oh.
Gizmos was a cute.
Gizmo is so adorable.
But
Oh
the
my
other ones
God.
kind of start off cute too before the water hits them, right?
No, the water makes them multiply. Eating after midnight's what turns them into the gremlins.
Yeah.
Eating after midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they have a joke in the second one about how it's always after midnight. So.
Eating after midnight. Okay.
What
Was that supposed to
perfect
be a
movies.
commentary on like not eating after a certain point because you'll turn into a gremlin?
No, no.
Can you imagine you totally did that?
I
You
think
eat
the
after
rules are just
midnight.
meant to be sort of arbitrary.
Yeah. See, I think too much. Anyway, I was like, I don't know.
It's okay,
So-
Simona. It's what you do.
Okay, the more I'm finding out about this sequel, the more intrigued I am. This seems like a scheme of some kind.
We're gonna have a caffeinated librarians on the road, aren't
This
we?
is produced by Vince Vaughn, right?
Oh.
Right? And you know where it was shot? Hungary and the Republic of Bulgaria.
Wow. Interesting.
Was it too expensive in the States?
There was some kind of exchange of money happening.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were undercover agents that were using this movie. It's kind of like
It's the Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's a banger movie, honestly. I haven't liked anything else Clooney directed, but that one I enjoy.
Yeah.
Was the original one at least directed in America?
Yeah.
No, a good amount of it was shot in Canada.
I think it's also because
Well,
it's cheaper to shoot in Canada, I think.
The director
that's-
was from Canada too, so.
That's just over the border. That's not.
Yeah,
It's not
but-
in another.
But hey,
Across the
it was
sea.
Canadian enough to win some Canadian Film Awards.
Nice.
Which,
That's
if you
cool.
follow, they're so funny because they really stretch to be like, oh, they shot a couple scenes in Canada, they could be qualified.
They're the winner. Over the border and through the woods.
To grandmother's house we go.
Yeah. Canadians.
Oh.
Gotta love them.
Do we have to?
Oh yeah, I think they're all generally nice.
Canada's
That was
been
like
good to us.
Canadian bordering on gremlin or like leprechaun, I should say.
Aye.
Canadian leprechaun. Yeah.
I mean, that's not far of a stretch.
The Canadian leprechauns?
Yeah, because the Irish.
It's actually the name of their hockey team, I believe.
The Canadian leprechauns?
No.
Wait, why are Canadian leprechauns that much of a stretch? I'm genuinely
Not
asking.
that much of a stretch. Nova Scotia. It's a Scottish and Irish, I believe Irish settlement.
How do you know these things?
You just
Nova
like
Scotia
know.
means New Scotland, so.
You just like know everything
does?
about Scotland.
Yeah, it
No, I'm,
does.
and
I'm not
Ireland.
being like a jerk. Like, I did not know that.
It does.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie coming with the knowledge once again.
I feel like I know it all, and I'm trying not to be a know it all.
Katie, embrace it. Embrace
Yeah,
that.
man.
We all have
You're,
our
you're
moments.
smart and be proud of that.
Yeah,
Thank
we all
you.
have our moments when
You
we're
know?
know-it-alls. Some more than others.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, I think a lot about South Park's Canada.
Yeah. How they don't, their heads aren't attached to the rest of their body.
Yeah, something about just the gag of like this entire country is poorly animated, and they have like square tires on their cars.
Do they have something against Canada? I have no idea. I never watched South Park.
There's a bit in it where they really like the show called Terrence and Phillip, which is this like. I think at first you're meant to think it's just like a poorly animated cartoon,
Oh,
and since
okay.
South Park's already a poorly animated cartoon, it's like even more like crude.
Oh, okay.
But then it's just revealed that's what Canada looks like.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. Okay. I actually like the way Canada is animated more so than the way the States are animated. Like, if I had to choose, I like that one. Damn, this chair. I like that one.
But yeah, and that there's French Canada. There's Quebec.
I like that. Quebec. No, actually, I really do. I like the way the Canada is animated. Good job. Good job.
Good job, South Park.
Uh,
So, A Christmas Story, a classic, certainly worth watching.
I'll definitely be watching.
I will.
Christmas, yes.
I'll watch it once.
For sure. I'll at least watch it twice.
I'll have it on once. It's all about nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Well, since you mentioned nostalgia, because we were talking about how the film was made in the 80s, but supposed to depict the late 1930s. I was watching this program because especially during the 80s, there was a lot of where the nostalgia was going back to like the 50s. So you have like Back to the Future where the nostalgic period is the 50s. Now the nostalgia period is the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have Stranger Things going back to like the 80s. So that nostalgia
Think
factor.
about the 80s was like 40 years ago.
Part of me
Yeah.
just feels like it's like almost too much of a nesting doll at this point. Like it's like, oh, we're nostalgic for things that were nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But there was this one show though, which I started watching, but it's set in the 90s. I think like 96 or 97. And so I think it's an American show. Like
Is it that 90s show?
No. It's a Netflix, I think, show set in the 90s, like a teen drama or whatever. But certain things I could kind of relate to. It's like, oh, okay, because I was like a kid of the 90s, but a teen of the 2000s. 2000s were kind to no one. But yeah, like I get very nostalgic for the 90s. Like, I don't know, I just think the 90s were awesome. I don't know. Does anyone else, if you feel that way too, let us know. What time period do you find really nostalgic? So do you think it's the 80s? Do you think it's the 90s? We would love to know, or at least I would love to know. I won't speak for everyone else. I would love to know because
I
for
find
me
the
it's
50s nostalgic. Can you be nostalgic for a time you weren't around for?
yeah. I
I mean,
think
that's just the modern condition, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Joe got just so intense. That's
It's-
the modern condition.
It's hauntology and all that, you know.
I think you could.
Yeah.
I think if there are certain aspects of that period that you feel drawn to, because there are like people on YouTube where they like their whole lives are built around a Victorian aesthetic. So the way they dress, the way they furnish their house. Like there was this woman, she was decorating for Christmas, and she has an antique house, and she was basing it on early 1900s Christmas decoration. So she found this. She went to this archive and found this like home decorating book that was published in 1901. So it was talking about fresh greens for the home. So there
Garland.
definitely are people that can relate to a particular period or some aspect of that period, even though they're obviously not of that period.
I mean, my mom one year when she was still married to my dad, she strung freshly popped popcorn, and
Yeah.
stuck them on the tree. When she was a kid, she would decorate the house with her siblings with garland,
Yeah.
fresh garland. So I mean,
You ever watch Report of the Week on YouTube?
I don't think so. No.
He's just this guy who he'll dress up in this old style suit, and then he'll get in his car and he'll go and review fast food. And so it's just this guy eating McDonald's in a suit and being like, I think this has pretty good value for what it is, but it's not my favorite burger. I love him. He's the best.
I like that.
Yeah, so answering, I think you definitely can be, and legit, are you, is the 50s your favorite, or, do you have a favorite?
I guess the 60s.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, Joe knows this because I blabber about it. But it's really just because of Mad Men. I just want to wear suits smoke cigarettes and drink whiskey all day, every day.
How are those guys not just like sweating through their skins?
Yeah, no
like
idea.
it's insane. They're just drinking in like heavy suits and
You could still, minus the heavy drinking and the heavy smoking, you could still live your best life by wearing those suits.
I could wear suits every day. It would get.
Now see, I really like the fashion in the back half when they all start dressing real goofy.
Yeah, I was more about it than I remember
It's good.
being. Yeah.
Especially Pete.
Yeah.
Pete looks so much better by the end.
Yeah.
Even though he's balding and wearing
Yeah.
stupid suits, he's just like, wow, all right.
Yeah, I was like, I could go for that. That checkered sports coat's actually pretty nice.
Roger's mustache might be a misstep. but-
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. So, A Christmas Story, guys. Oh, let me just say one more thing. There is I listen to this sports radio show in the morning, and the host always tries to cut for a break. Every time he cuts for a break, his co-host starts bringing up another point, and I feel like that's something we've done lately. It's like every time we're trying to be like, okay, so thank you for watching, somebody else will be like, oh, and just one more thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
You do?
Yeah. Let's keep it up, guys.
Let's not say that we did.
So who wants to take us out?
I resign as being the host of the show.
Go ahead, Simona.
I'm going to go back to just being the sex
The
appeal.
lackey?
Yeah.
The lackey of the rest of us?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. It works for me.
A lackey?
A lackey, yeah. You've officially...
I'm the one running the boards, okay?
Alrighty, so thank you for joining us for this discussion of A Christmas Story. We hope you enjoyed it. As always, leave comments, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.